What's going on, traders? Welcome. If you're coming from at the close, definitely smash the like up. Joel and Spencer, another great show. Let's go ahead and get this show started. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about the AMC rocket. I mean, it did pull back, but I know that we got our Rocket fans out there, so we'll definitely talk a little bit about AMC and see if it's going to continue making some moves. We'll take a look at some other meme stocks also. I got some on my radar. BlackBerry definitely on my radar, so we'll see how that continues. But definitely smash the like up, hit the share button down below. Let's get the party started. Today, we're going to also do a lot of stocks from the chat. Let's do some ticker time. So let's get Money Mitch started and get the show going on.
It's time for Money Making Mitch. When investors need a story, we're going to the moon. Welcome to Money Mitch, where story is everything. I'm here to find you the next opportunity. It's all about the green hands. Now we all know the bull market is here to stay. Money Mitch.
What's going on, traders? Welcome back to Money Mitch. Let's go ahead and talk about the week. I had a great one. I was even taking a day off on one of these 2 days in the middle here, but guess what? I was watching my portfolio move up. Today, we had a little bit of a pullback in the market, so we'll definitely talk a little bit about that. Let's take a look at the overall market right now like we always do and see where we're at, see if we're getting through and getting up towards that top box, or if we're turning around towards the bottom box. One of the things that we've been looking at is this SPY look, and we've drawn these box back here, and we can extend them out to see kind of where we're heading in and see if we can get back above this levels. Really, we were trying to see us get in this box up here. We're pushing our way up. Can we hold above 422, make a new high on the SPY, and start pushing past? I would like to see us get past 425s, 430s on a breakout up, a nice melt up. Now, one of the things that I did see today is the Qs turned around a little bit on us, giving us a little bit of a harmony. Let's see if they can continue up next week. And that's what we want to continue seeing these big boys make these moves up. And that'll definitely help us continue making our move up in the overall market. Tesla. I know those Tesla bulls out there have been watching this one. This one bounced hard to this week off that 540, rejecting, holding 600. Let's see if it can hold 600 next week, and we really start getting back up there to 700 on a Tesla outbreak. That's what I want to see, and we'll see if we can stick with that. All right, let's go ahead and catch up with the chat here. Looks like we're having a lot of people starting to join in. So if you're watching this on Twitter, go ahead and join up to our YouTube. That's where you guys can put your stocks in the chat, and I'll take a look at them. I'll be breaking it down. Let's go ahead and take some swing trade looks. I got myself a beer, guys. It's happy hour. You guys relax. Let's kick back, relax. Let's talk some stocks. Join in the show. Come into YouTube if you're watching on Twitter so that you guys can stick with the chat. All right, so it looks like we got Nate Miller in the house. What's up? Mark, Yogi, Todd, Mark, Eden. What's going on, guys? If you're new to the story, let's go ahead and talk some story. The story of Kathy Woods versus Michael. Michael Burry. Well, we can talk a little bit about that. We'll get into that right after we get into AMC. Of course, let's talk about AMC and the meme stock here. What a rip out in these last couple of days. Essentially, I mean, this started on Monday, guys. We started a breakout on Monday. We pushing all the way up there to the high. That's 191% gain there you could have been making on AMC on this move. So definitely a big push up there. So shares of AMC are in the middle of a roller coaster session, guys. This went up and down. And guess what? It's the pattern that I commonly see where you get that pre-market move straight up, but after the market, it kind of just fades away. So this is what we got today. By midday, 360 million shares had already been traded, more than tripling its 30-day average. So that's why we always pay attention to relative volume. But shares rallied 120% this week amid the heightened speculative trading activity, bringing a monstrous rally of 2021 to over 1,200%. I mean, what a big move there by AMC. all my AMC bulls, definitely go ahead and put the AMC in the chat if you believe in AMC and think this is just getting started. It'd be interesting. Yeah, Mark, I'm not the biggest bull here. I'm not the biggest bull in AMC. I don't have any shares. But did I think that it could get this other ride up? No, I didn't. But at the end of the day, what do you need to get up there? You need that volume. Right here, we started getting that volume. On the 26th, we got over 40 million shares traded here. That's what really started spiking up the volume and getting it up there. At the end of the day, I've been watching this one, keeping it up. AMC is going to the moon. At the end of the day, this one's never going to go away. I can tell you right now, guys, AMC is never going away. A lot of people were finding kind of this look to see if AMC theaters were going to go away. I think this is interesting because at the end of the day, it's showing that it doesn't want to go away, and investors are still believing in this one. The interesting one to me is Cinemark and how this one hasn't really exploded, but just slightly just going sideways during this whole period. And that's an interesting one to look. But if you scalped AMC, you know it, Yogi. Let's take a look how I could take a trade in AMC if I was going to take a trade this morning. Okay, so this morning, one of the things that you need to do, guys, is realize that this stock likes to move a lot of the times in early pre-market, right? And right when you're getting near the bell, this one did a spike up, a washout, and then a nice spike up. So one of the things that I'd look at is, of course, try to find the support. Try to find where you think the support is. This one looked like it broke to the next support, but what you want to do is you want to draw that trend line and kind of use a support approach. So this is not a stock that you want to maybe get in on one size approach. I would take multiple supports here. You could have put out an order, let's say at 29, and then you could also put out an order at 29.50 and kind of averaged your way in this morning when you started looking at AMC, giving yourself an ability to measure down towards the next support, which would have been down towards the 27.87, or you could have risked off at 28. So maybe giving yourself a 1-point risk approach. Here, let me zoom in here a little bit so you guys can see this. A 1-point risk approach here where you're getting in somewhere in between here, or maybe even after it bounced up and you got some confirmation that you saw some strength come back in somewhere in this 845 and attacked somewhere in between that range, measuring down towards that next risk, but also using your risk and return. That's your risk. And I want to get all the way back up towards this box up here, towards the open. So 33 would have been my outlook to take some profit. And look how the risk to return could have been really nice approach here. And there you go. That's exactly what you could have gotten. You could have got a push out of the trend and then a continuation right into the open. And as everyone is buying that open, you're actually selling into them. And that's what a lot of traders did this morning. All right, guys, definitely smash the likes up. Smash the likes up. We're going to keep an eye out on this. Let's keep it going. Let's get those likes up. Eden will definitely keep watch. You guys already know he definitely does it. Do I watch short ratio change? To tell you the truth, I'll tell you what, Mark. When you're talking short ratio change, one of the things that you'll notice is that the information a lot of the times is late. And so what I watch is not the ratio. I'm watching the big orders. I want to see big order flow. So if AMC is your stock and that's what you want to watch and you're waiting to see when it pops, watch the price action. Look for these big buyers showing up on supports and showing up on the level 2 to show you that there's some big fish stepping up and taking some share size. Definitely smash the like. Let's keep going, guys. I want to get into some other stocks, some reopening plays. Today, we did get a good earnings report out of Ultra, and Ulta is definitely one that is now on my radar, guys. ULT here. Look at this rip out today, guys. And this is one that I actually talked about with kind of Spencer and Joel when we were messing around and we were talking about reopening plays and what could possibly come. I talked about maybe Match.com also being one mentioned, but Ultra was mentioned because I think, you're going to see a lot of kind of, single people go out and try to, start dating a little bit. And with that being said, the ladies are going to need a little bit of makeup, and they smashed that quarter one expectation. I think they continue ripping. I think you could continue seeing this stock continue trending on up here. One of the things that I would use on a stock like this, because let's say you didn't get it now, right? You missed the pop. Wait for it to come back. I think you get an attempt. And today, or in the next couple of days, I would look for a little pullback closer to this high, somewhere around maybe this 347. Let it stay in between this range for a little bit, come back down, give you a chance to come in here near this 330, and then see it come back up there through that 370. That's the approach that I'll be looking for on Ulta, and I think it can continue moving. And for that sense, we could take a look at some other plays. Eli is definitely one that I've called out, and it's continuing the trend. It's an impressive one. Golf has been a monster that could continue to trend. One that we're going to keep a lookout for is LYV. LYV Live Nation's been one that I've called out for a while. I'm going to see if it can continue trending, because I think this one can rip through 100, but we'll see if it can continue moving with the story. All right, let's keep going in here. Let's see what we got in the chat. What else we got here? All right. Let's see what else we got. 3M. All right, guys. So one of the ones that we're going to be watching is LB. LB is one to watch, guys. So I'm going to be looking to see if this stock can continue trending. A lot of people think that this trend is going to change, but I think you're going to actually see this one rip out on earnings. Could end up by 75 and up above. The reason why I'm thinking this one's going to do good is, of course, Victoria's Secret, and I think it's going to be a reopening play as we go ahead and get the reopening and get other parks, other reopening plays that kind of open up. And of course, like we talked about it, guys, we're going to also take a look at Six Flags. Six Flags is one to look at. Look at this chart, guys. Look at this nice sideways trend that I'm keeping an eye out. I think this one can get a big push up, one that I could see going up at the end of summer, getting up there towards that 60 look. Let's see if Six Flags gets another push. And one of the things that I'd look for in this one is the little pullback closer towards 44, and then getting that ride back up there towards the 50s. So keep that one on your radar. All right, guys, let's go ahead and let's get into some stocks from the chat. Want to go ahead and pull some stocks. So this is your time to go ahead and lay some in there. If you got a stock you want to talk about, we can talk about that. Seeing some SPACs mentioned, I could talk about some SPACs. Yogi's talking about Sundial, so I'll definitely talk about some cannabis. I was looking at OGI. OGI was one that I was looking at today, and man, did it have a nice ride up. And this is a cheaper stock, so you can keep your eyes on this one. This one kind of has that kind of cup and handle look where it kind of faded off and now is really pushing. Now, one of the things that I'd look for this one is for $3 to hold. Look for a nice little pullback maybe on Tuesday for a $3 push. But this one could keep going up there. I could see it going to 4 and 5. So we're going to keep our eyes on this play and see when it comes up through kind of this approach coming up there towards 4. And so it came back towards a nice support. Let's see if it can continue and start trending on up. That's OGI. So definitely keep that one on your radar. All right, guys, let's start going through some stocks. I see some flying through there. First up was SPAC Broker with BFly. BFly actually, I'm seeing that it got included in the Russell 2000. And this is another reason why you could be seeing it come up. But keep your eyes on this one. I love these SPACs in the SPAC industry right now. It could continue trending. 12 is going to be very important. I think it's going to run into a little bit of resistance there. So definitely keep your eyes on that. We'll see if this kind of continues through and it kind of gets through that 12, 13 area. That's the area that I'd look to see if it can bust through and get to 15. Once it gets to 15, it'll be looking like bullseye in control, and this one can make its way back up. All right, I want to keep going through here, see what other stocks I'm seeing here. Hertz is mentioning Copen. I've heard about this stock before. I've even traded it on a day trade, but I like the look here. I can tell you right now. So let's go ahead and let's use just a daily approach. It was using a 3-day look, but that actually looked pretty cool. Let's use a weekly. So since it looks clean here. All right. So this is a really nice, clean approach. One of the nice, clean approach in a low price stock that you can get. So I definitely like that look here, and you can use kind of that high from this kind of this week here. Let me figure out the week here. This is the first January 29th. So that high, that close was 626. So kind of you can definitely use that as kind of your bottoming here, 626. Bottoming here, what? 626. So that's your line in the sand on the downside. Now you're pushing up. Now, what is the next stop? Where's the resistance? I think you're actually going to get a nice push up here. I like this approach. I would look for a move up closer towards 1060. It's going to look great here. I think if you could get a closer entry near 7, if you can get that entry near 7, that's going to look great. Let's look at the hourly chart, see what we're seeing here. We're seeing a straight uptrend, right? And so I would like to see kind of a pullback from here. Where did this kind of break out from? Kind of around right here. So let's say a 15% move. So let's look for like a 7% move down from here, which would be closer towards around here, this 750, 740 look. That's kind of the approach that I would look on this one. See if this one can kind of pull back, get closer towards that 750 look, and then really break on out through the resistance of $8. Right now, it'd be interesting to see how it reacts at the close and after hours through that 8, but you could see it push up and then quickly wash out in after hours. So good looking stock though. I'm going to put this one on the radar, Hertz. Appreciate you bringing that one up. Let's go to the next one. All right, next one up we're going to talk about is going to be Workhorse. Nate Miller bringing this one up. I was actually taking a look at this one and seeing if we were going to get a nice bounce today. But today it looks like it just did kind of this Harmy candle. And really, I'll tell you, Workhorse is one that we're actually going to get on Money Mitch. So stay tuned, Nate. I'm going to be working to get that interview towards kind of, I would say, mid-June. I'm expecting to get some big news from WKHS. I don't have any insider information, but I feel like we're going to get a pop-up. We're going to get some more post-contract news. A lot of people pushing on that electrification push, that Workhorse could get all the contract and not be Oshkosh. So let's see what happens there, and we'll see what kind of expands. All right, next one up, PLTR. This is one that I was thinking about getting into. Recently got a big contract, so it's really starting to get some push here. Now, one of the things that I would use on PLTR is use a weekly, right? And so we have a great weekly on this one. Now, the big thing is the next stop. Where's the next stop? Next stop for me is going to be this first support area that we busted out through. And so 2364 needs to hold. And it looks like we just rejected the hold 23.50s today, even $23. So that's what I would like to see it hold going into next week. So now that we've gotten above this level once, kind of this 23.64, let's see if we can get above 24 and hold next week. That would get me really bullish on PLTR. And then this one could really make a drive back up to 30, 40s, and then we could see if it can continue moving. But yeah, that's one that I would definitely take a look at. But if it comes back and holds and tests 20, it wouldn't be looking great. But this one pushing up there is looking good. It just needs some more drive, and it looks like it needs some more volume to really get it through that 23 level. All right, so that was PLTR. That was PLTR there, guys. Let's go ahead and let's get into another one. Ronnie, you already know, hit the thumbs up, guys, if you guys enjoy me doing this. I'm taking some extra time here. Could have gone into the weekend, but I want to stay here with you guys. So hit the thumbs up. Let's keep going. Next up, let's talk about SLS. Todd bringing SLS here, so we can talk about that one. Let's take a look here. This one's looking great, at least on the weekly, because one of the things you're getting to is kind of this pressured approach towards the resistance. And now one thing we can point out here is this is not like the third test. This is the fourth test. So you want to see a clean breakout here on this test, because you kind of had this kind of down action and you broke out from it. Now you want to see that continuation, right? And so the big thing is going to be volume. Look how you got these big volume days back in February and back in December. Let's see if we can get a big volume day to really push it on up. And really now we're getting closer and closer towards that $12.18 resistance. I would pay attention to see if we can hold above that level, because if we can't get above that 12.18, then it doesn't look like we're going to test 14.16. But if we could get a big volume pop going into, let's say, Tuesday, and it could actually get us through that 14. If not, you could see a quick pullback closer towards 10, and then eventually another test of 12. This one's definitely going to move fast, Todd, so keep your eyes on it. I would watch it an hourly chart to see if it can continue the trend that it's making. It keeps kind of pushing on up in a linear fashion, and that's what you want to see. You want to see this trend not get broken. You want to see it continue pushing on up. If anything, getting higher and higher of a push up there towards that 12-18 resistance. We'll see how that one reacts, and I'll definitely keep this one on radar too. Good stocks mentioned here by the chat. That's what I like to see. All right, guys. Is Brandy bringing a question here? Is crypto dead until the AMC hype is over? That's a good question, Brandy. I at least from my perspective, I think what you're seeing is a lot of people just rotating money. Everyone's realizing that we can't keep our money in one bag, right? And one of the things that happened is there are people keeping their money in AMC. And so that kept the bag going sideways. But I think there was a nice boost of the people pulling their money out of crypto and then pushing it into here. But the question is, do we see that crypto run again? I think we do too. And so one of the things is keep your eyes on the cryptos. It could show you when AMC is going to crack also. So I think right now we saw growth stocks come a little bit back into favor. Some people were taking some trades. I myself was dipping my toes, doing some shopping, and I've made some good gains, but I want to see continued the growth stocks get that lift so that we can make that true gain there. And we'll keep an eye on if AMC or GME or some of these meme stocks turn around to see if it affects some other stocks. All right, guys, let's keep going. What else we got? Frosty float. You guys already know when you get that float rotating, you guys, that's how it really starts moving the stock. I always pay attention to that. You guys already know. Frosty. Don't worry. I got what I got here. You guys know this one? Let's see if anyone knows this one. I'll hide the label a little bit there. Let's see if you know by the label. All right. HODL. You already know. Let's keep going. All right, next up, EPC mentioned here. All right. Let's see what you got, my friend. Let's see what you got. All right, this one looks interesting. I mean, this one's just kind of that steady game up. And when I tell you, when I look back at patterns and I see kind of this kind of approach where it's just a steady game, it like repeats patterns. These are my favorite kind of trades because they repeat their patterns. Now, one of the things I would point out is that you've gotten 1 run, 2 runs, 3 runs. Now you're trying to make this 4th run, and you see how the runs get shorter and shorter here. I'm going to put up the chart here. My bad for not having the chart up. But if you see here, one of the things that I look for, guys, is for that continuous trend, right? And you get this continuous trend repetitively here on the daily chart. So up pattern, sideways, flag, push up. Pennant, push up. Pennant, push up. Now this is the 4th attempt. A lot of times this is kind of like the make it or break it breakout. Can we get this big volume push up? Because if not, you're going to have some down pressure, and each one of these breakouts is getting smaller and smaller. So eventually you're going to have a test of support, and the test of support can come fast. It could come to 42. It could come to even down here to test down at the old prior resistance, 44. Or 40, 44. So definitely watch to see if you can get up there through the 46 with some high volume. Each drive getting smaller shows that there's not as much bull drive there. So definitely keep your eyes on it. All right, let's keep going here. Next up, Wendy, Frosty. You guys already know that's the best. What do you guys like? I mean, do you like the chocolate Frosty or you like the vanilla Frosty? That's the question. Who's a vanilla fan out there? All right, guys, let's keep going. Vizio. You guys already know. I actually like this one. I mean, I know that probably a lot of people are thinking that it's probably going to downturn here, but I still like this entry now. We've gotten it multiple times. I called it out near this 21. It rode up there towards 25. I said if you wanted, you could take some profit there, but it really did push up here towards 27. This is where it really did look nice. It was getting on up there, and we've had this downturn. I think it's going to be interesting. Keep your eyes on it. If it holds 21, it's still looking good to me. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Big storm, big storm. Amber Ale. Ooh, close, 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 close. It's the big wave. The big wave. Happy Muhammad. That's the big wave right there. The big wave. The Kona Brewery. If you guys know what that one is. All right, so let's keep going. Oh, Brandy, I got to give you the props. I see the Kona now, and you definitely got it in early at least. So I like that one. All right, let's keep going here. Next up, we're going to talk about, the Big Kahuna. Let's keep going. ASO. This is one I like, guys. This is one I've called out on to continue moving. Why, guys? Value plays coming back. Let's see if this one can continue moving on up. I think one thing that you saw today was a little rotation into value. Let's see if it continues moving on up. And ASO is one to keep on your radar. I definitely would like to see that one. HIBB, look for it to come back. This one had a huge monster rip, but it could come back and rip. DKS is one to definitely keep on radar. Lately, it looks like I've already missed this rip, but let's see if it pulls back closer towards this 90. I did like this name. It definitely got a nice drive. I didn't expect to see that even on the chart. Nike's one I'd keep on radar. I think this one's going to break out. It keeps having a nice weekly chart, nice sideways consolidation, sideways. Let's see if it really gets a drive next week. This one's definitely one to keep on radar. We'll put a circle here. We'll name it a story stock, Nike. Let's see if it keeps going. But good one to mention, ASO. ASO is definitely one to watch. All right, guys. Vizio is cheap as hell, Richard. Yeah, definitely. I'm going to keep that one on radar. I might even get it in myself. Here's some question. Here's a good question. Sutop is asking, are you Puerto Rican? No, I am not Puerto Rican. I am actually Venezuelan, guys. I'll give you guys the insight. But my dad lives in Puerto Rico, so hey, can't go wrong with partying in Puerto Rico, right? So love some Puerto Rico action. Definitely, let's hit the like up. You guys already know, over 181 people watching. Hit the likes up. Let's keep going. I got a little bit more here for you guys. I'm going to go a little bit 5 minutes overtime here for us. Let's do some other stocks. I'll do some rapid fire. I'm not going to go too in depth with my technical. I'm just going to go bullish or bearish. This doesn't mean load the boat. This means maybe take another swig and think about the idea. All right, let's go ahead. Let's keep it going here. All right, first up, you guys roll those tickers in there. I will let you guys know. I want you guys to also jump in. Put a 1 if you're bullish. Put a 2 if you're bearish, strictly from the chart. Let's have some fun. All right, first up, SHW, Charles Schwab. I think this one's a positive. You're seeing investing continue to increase. The only thing you got to keep your eyes out is for kind of more of kind of monetary policy to kind of change this. But if that happens, that can always kind of change things. But we're going to pay attention to see if we get some change here in our policies to really change kind of how investors view the market. For right now, I mean, investors are investing. So let's keep going. That's the one that's a bullish. Let's keep MindMed. Uh-oh. I haven't taken a look at this chart in a little bit. Bull. I like it. As long as it can hold on to 3, it's looking good. All right, let's keep going. Next up, NIO from Rudy. Rudy bringing in NIO here. All right, let's go into NIO. I like this one. Telling you the truth, guys, I'm in XPEV, so I'll give you guys that. I got in this one. I'll tell you the truth. I got this one, guys, right above 25, in the 26, somewhere in this area right here. And I'm trying to continue to hold this one. I'm trying to let this one continue building. I did put out a sell order today at 33.40s. If that would have hit today, I probably would have taken that just for a weekly gain. But I'm going to continue to focus on this one. NIO, you can focus. LI is another monster move. This one can pull back a little bit, but keep your eyes on all these Chinese EVs. Let's keep going bullish. All right, next up, short squeeze that like button. Let's get it going. CCO, guys, CCO here. This is channel. I don't even know what this one is. I got to look this one up. I'm not sure. Cheaper stock, nice sideways trend. How do we like this one? Up 1, down 1, up 2, down 2, up 3, down 3. As long as it can hold this support now, guys, this 222, I like it. So let's see if this one continues moving. Let's keep going in here. Next one up. Let's go with GM. Richard with GM here. GM, this one, I'm going to say bearish. I haven't seen any results really come out of them. I do know they're stepping up here in the EV, but I'm going to be bearish GM and still be bullish forward, even though it's pulling back here. I think it could pull back closer towards this high of 1350s and then make its way back up towards those 15s. Let's keep it going. How long do you hold a stock for? Tiny Pie Media asking. It really depends. It's going to be more based on the percentage outlook or the resistance, the first resistance that I'm trying to get to. Am I just trying to swing it to the resistance? Because that can happen also. Sometimes I'll tell you my average hold is around 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. I would say somewhere in between there. All right, let's keep going here. Next one up. Seeing some other stocks being mentioned. Let's keep it going. Baidu being mentioned. That one's an interesting SPAC broker bringing in there. Baidu is it. Oof, this one's an interesting one. I'd have to use a weekly, and from the weekly, I say buy. This one's going to be an interesting one, because it has a nice turnaround story here at the 184. I think as long as you can hold now 190s, you can maybe get through that 200. If it gets to 200, 250s next stop. I like this one. Good one to bring up there. It will be definitely one to keep on radar. Jeff bringing up a monster move today. CGC here. Jeff, I'll definitely talk about it. We talked a little bit about cannabis. Can this one continue to move on up? I think you just got to move to resistance today. So you got to continue to see another move to really see a trend. But hey, really 27 is going to be the key, I think, for this stock. As you can see, 27 is gonna run into, and we're gonna see if it can hold that 27 look. I think it's gonna get hit by some resistance there. And so keep your eyes on this one. I think you need a catalyst run, but there's some other catalysts in cannabis because it's definitely pushing. Kern is one I saw in the chat. This is also one that I like in cannabis. Let's see if this one can continue the trend. I think if this one continues the trend, it could get up there to 6. So one to keep an eye out. As I saw it pull back in the $4 range, but I never expected it cracking 4. And so it's interesting to see it come right back up sweeping. All right, let's keep going in here. Let's see what other stock I can get in here. 1 more minute left. CRM. You guys already know I'm bringing the energy, trying to bring it to the end here. So CRM, big day today. I would definitely pay attention to kind of if we're going to come back and get towards this 230 area. I think you come back and test that 230 area so you get an attempt to get it back up there towards those 240s, but nothing that I would chase right here. I would definitely wait. One of the things is I'm not the biggest fan of CRM because I just don't think it has the sexiest look. But I'll tell you one thing, I have a feeling it's going to test that 230, test this long-term trend line here. And so pay attention on that hourly. Let's see if we get back down closer towards this 230 look, and then it could reverse somewhere in between 231.66 and 230. That's what I would take a look at, somewhere in this area. If we can get in that area, I would approach this one. All right, guys, that's going to probably do it for me. I'll do one more stock here. Brandy has been good. She got the beer, so I'll give her the AI. Last stock to take an approach here. This was a monster rip for a long time. And a lot of times what you get in this one is called the undercut and rally play. So now that you've undercut that IPO, let's get this thing to rally back up. So I actually like that it came back towards this inverse hammer and held kind of this high. This high right here was closer towards, let me grab this one here. So this high was 62.16. And today we went to a low of 57.25. So as long as you can hold that high here of 56 50. Let's see if you can hold that and keep it going here. So let's take a look at the hourly. And so I would draw kind of this support underneath here. This 58. It seems like it wants to hold. Let's get it back up above 65 and get some volume in this one, because if you get a volume push like you got here on the 12th, you could see this one rocket back up there towards 80 and then really start pushing back up. One to keep on your watch. It's all about technology and software, so keep your eyes out on different ones in that sector. Unity is very similar chart. If you take a look at Unity, it's actually come back down, but not below that IPO low, but a nice big pullback. So I would keep your eyes on this one too, because it's software also. There you go. That's going to do it for me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed all that. I tried to do every stock I could get into. You guys already know. Thumbs up. Enjoy the stream. This is what we do here on Benzinga, what we're all about. Definitely, guys, if you haven't gotten your one free share of Tesla attempt, you definitely need to go ahead and do that. I can't say it enough, guys. Get that 100,000 share, 100,000 sub attempt to get a free share of Tesla. I want my free share of Tesla. So definitely, guys, get that free share. If you haven't, I will definitely tell you, watch our shows so that you can get access to the Gleam and get on there. Like always, guys, definitely hit the like for Money Mitch. We'll be back next Tuesday, and let me know, guys, if I get 5 people in the comments to let me know that they want Money Mitch on Monday, I just might do it on Monday, guys. So let me know if you guys want Money Mitch on Monday. I might take an approach, see what we can swing into on Tuesday. So definitely hit the like. And like always, guys, I'll be back on Tuesday. Money Mitch is always here to help you guys find the opportunities. And like always, enjoy your weekend. We'll see you next week. Benzinga signing out.
It's time for Money Making Mitch. When investors need a story, we're going to the moon. Welcome to Money Mitch, where story is everything. I'm here to find you the next opportunity. It's all about the green hands. Now we all know the bull market is here to stay. Money Mitch.